How to manifest your goal weight. So there's a lot of videos on how to manifest weight loss, but I'm going to go over some very practical tips that make it so easy to understand. And once I got this concept, I was like, oh, this is way easier than what like law of attraction says about making sure you're in the vibration of being at your goal weight. And it's like, what the hell does that even mean? Or how do I do that? Right. So I guess the first step to manifesting to me is starting with your thoughts. Your thoughts, which are invisible, can create something in the visible, in the 3D world, in our reality. The tricky part is that this reality, the 3D world, gives you feedback so you can see things and touch things and experiencing things. And then those can also manipulate your thoughts. So that's the tricky part, is ignoring your reality and instead focusing on what you want your reality to be. That's the tricky part. And I don't think like a lot of manifestation and law of attraction coaches explain that fully. So I'm going to give an example. This one's a good one. It has nothing to do with weight, but I think you'll get the idea. So I used to fly planes all the time, never had any anxiety, like not a big issue, until one time I was by myself in a plane and the plane was taking off. And then I didn't know this at the time, but then when the plane levels out, it kind of dips down a bit and it gave me that like butterfly feeling, like when you're dropping. And my first thought was like, oh my God, the plane's going down, and instant panic. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, the plane's going down. The plane's going down. We're going down. I felt the drop. We're going down. This is it. We're all going to die. And we didn't. It was a very safe and calm flight. Every time I got on the plane, anxiety. I've never experienced anxiety like that before. It was so bad and I couldn't figure it. Like I would just be like holding my chair and like all clenched up and it was just so uncomfortable. And I know there's prescription things or maybe some alcohol before the flight that maybe could help, but I'm not that type of person. I don't like to deal with drugs. I like to fix things in my own terms with my thoughts, because I believe you can create anything with your thoughts. So what I did was every time I got on the plane after that, I had tried like hypnotizing myself, doing tapping and all these other things, and it just wasn't really helping. But what did help is every time I got on the plane, I would sing in my head, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And I would just sing that over and over and over. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And I would sing it really fast too. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, and just sing it over and over. If you're happy and you know it. That way, the thoughts of, oh my God, the plane's going down, the plane is going to go down, we're not going to make it, couldn't come in. And sometimes it was a battle. Like I'd be singing, if you're happy and you know it, planes going down. If you're happy and you know it, planes, like it was like such a battle. But I would just be very persistent with my happy song. And now I get on the plane and I've done it like often enough. I would say maybe after like 3 or 4 flights of doing that, I can now go on a plane, no anxiety. I don't really have to sing the song anymore, but yeah, it's like I erased that file from my brain. So here's the thing. I was on the plane. My reality showed me that I got butterflies, and my thoughts instantly gave me feedback that the plane's going down caused anxiety. So there was this repetitive pattern and thought process going on that the plane's going to go down, causing anxiety. I flipped it around with the happy song. I could have, it's not the happy song that matters. It could have been anything other than letting my thoughts get overwhelmed in the anxiety and the thoughts that the plane's going down. I could have just repeated, this plane is going to be safe. This plane is going to be safe. This plane is safe. This plane is safe. That would be the same thing. I'm just replacing those thoughts with what I wanted, not what my reality had shown me. So for weight loss, you could do the same thing. Here's an example. I was about 20, 25 pounds heavier than I wanted to be. And my thought process was, every time I lose the weight, I gain it back. I can lose 5, 10 pounds, but I gain it back. Some other thoughts was, I'm stuck at this weight. I'm struggling. I would say over and over, and I would tell people, I'm struggling with my weight. I'm struggling with my cravings. I'm struggling with not being able to get to a weight that I like. I feel uncomfortable in my clothes. I have to wear baggy clothes. Oh, a big one was, I'm embarrassed by my body. I'm embarrassed how big I am. This was like constant. And even though I was writing every morning in my journal, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm at my goal weight, all the law of attraction things that they teach you. And I would, oh my God, I would write in my journal every day, at least like 10 affirmations in my journal every morning. And then it wouldn't work because all day long, I got these other thoughts going on, like, I'm so uncomfortable in my body. I don't like this. I'm struggling. I'm stuck. If I lose the weight, I'm going to gain it back. I feel hopeless, right? So it wasn't until I decided that I need to go on a diet with my thoughts, my junk thoughts, cut out the junk thoughts, never mind the junk food, and replaced it with healthier thoughts like, I'm at my goal weight. It is easy to lose weight. I am excellent at this. I am extremely disciplined. I am 100% committed to my goals. And at first, I really had to like remind myself and repeat them over and over. Like anytime I had downtime, or even if I noticed that I was like, oh, my thighs are a little big. No, I have the best thighs. They're nice and lean. Like you really have to ignore your reality in order to change it to the way you want it to be. So just, I kept repeating the thoughts of where I wanted my body to be. And at first, it feels like you don't believe it. It feels like you're lying to yourself. But if you repeat it over and over and over, especially right before you go to bed, because that's when you're in that like half awake, half sleep state, which is you can access your subconscious a little bit faster, according to Neville Goddard, one of my favorites. It talks about the law of assumption, the power of awareness. It really is. It's all about being aware of what's going on in your thoughts, what's going on in your self-talk. Your self-talk reflects what's going on in your reality. So if you want to change your reality, you got to change your self-talk. Like your inner world reflects your outer world. So if you want to change your outer world, you got to change your inner world. So at first you just gotta kind of buckle down and be very disciplined about those thoughts. Catch yourself. And then eventually, like within, oh my God, within days, I noticed a difference. Like before so I'm doing a bodybuilding competition and I have a very strict meal plan that I want to follow, which I feel good about. But every once in a while, I get these thoughts of like, oh, I'm a little bit more hungry today, or I'm a little more stressed out. Let me just eat a little bit of this chocolate, or just a little bit more of this peanut butter. And then I would get these guilty feelings of, oh, shoot, I'm off my plan. I ate too much. I'm ruining it. It's going to affect my progress. And then I'll just keep eating more and more and more. So I stopped that repetitive thought pattern with anytime I find myself wanting to overeat or go off plan, I'm like, I am extremely disciplined. Like as I'm eating off plan, I am extremely disciplined. I am extremely disciplined. I am extremely disciplined. I am 100% committed to my goals. I am 100% committed to my goals. Those are my two biggest affirmations. And then I'll start thinking of other things too. Like it's so easy for me to lose weight. It's so easy for me to stay on plan. It's so easy for me to build muscle. I'm completely 100% committed to my goals. I'll just keep repeating those. And then the desire to overeat just vanishes. It works. And it just makes you feel so powerful too, like so in control. Like for the longest time, I felt like I was like kind of in control of like my thoughts and my eating and all of that. But then now that I've discovered this, and like the whole self-talk and affirmation thing, like it's just taken it to a whole nother level. I'm like, oh my God, I do have control. Like this is all me. I get to change everything. I get to have it the way I want it to be. I just have to ignore what I currently see, decide what I want it to be, and just repeat that pattern. So I hope that helps you. If you're interested in coaching, link is down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.